So hello everyone, in today's class we are going to discuss about polynomials from class 9 chapter 2. So let us begin by understanding the definition of polynomial. So what are polynomial? Polynomials are the expression with one or more terms with non-zero coefficient. So now let us quickly understand the definition of the polynomial. So polynomials are expression, so like 3x, 4x, 5x with one or more terms. So it can be comprised of a single term, for example 3x, 4x, 3y, 4y, or more terms like 3x plus 4y, 7x plus 8y with non-zero coefficient. So non-zero coefficient, any number other than 0. We call it as non-zero coefficient. So I repeat, polynomials are the expression with one or more terms with non-zero coefficient. Now let us look into an example of a polynomial. 3x, 4x plus 6y, or 5x plus 3y plus 2z. So in this, these are the examples of polynomials. So 3x, this is a polynomial with single term. 4x plus 6y, so this is a polynomial with two terms. 5x plus 3y plus 2z, so this is a polynomial with three terms. So these are the examples of polynomials. So before getting into the polynomials, let us quickly recap the three terms, more important terms, that are variable, constant, coefficient. So what are variable? So variable is nothing but the alphabets from A to Z. It can be anything from A to Z. So in this, let us take this example. In this, x is a variable. So in this example, x and y are variables. And in this example, all the three, x, y and z, are the examples of variable. Then comes constant. So constant are the terms without variables. For example, 4, 5, 7, -8, etc. So the numbers without the variables are called as constant numbers in an expression. Then the last comes coefficient. So what is a coefficient? Coefficient is nothing but a number before the variable. So that we call it as coefficient. For example, in 3x. So which is a variable over here? X. And the number before the variable is 3. So here coefficient is 3. So any number or anything before the variable, we consider it as coefficient. Now, so coefficient, we have classification in the coefficient. We have coefficient and numerical coefficient. So what is numerical coefficient? So numerical coefficient is nothing but the numerical value before the variable. For example, if we say 4xy, now write the numerical coefficient of the variable given in this term, which means the numerical coefficient over here is 4. So xy, the variable, the number before the variable is 4. So the numerical coefficient is 4. Now write down the coefficient. So only write down the coefficient of the variable y. So you will write 4x. If you are asked to write the numerical coefficient, it is enough if we pick the numbers and write it as a coefficient. If we have generally asked to find out the coefficient, then so the numbers or the alphabets before the given variable should be considered as a coefficient and it should be written down.